Love was a kind-hearted girl who believed that everyone had something special inside them. She had a way of making people feel good about themselves, even on their worst days. Her best friend, Steve, was a little different. Steve was quiet and thoughtful, often lost in his own world, especially when he was drawing. From the time they met, Love noticed Steve's talent for art. "You're amazing," she'd say every time he showed her one of his drawings. But Steve always shrugged, not quite believing her. One day, while they were sitting in the schoolyard during lunch, Love noticed Steve's sketchbook open to a beautiful drawing of a forest. "Steve, you should show these to other people," she said, her eyes wide with excitement. "You're really good at this." Steve hesitated, rubbing the back of his neck. "I don't know, Love. I'm not sure people will like it as much as you do." Love leaned in closer, her eyes sparkling. "Why not? You've got something special, and people need to see it. Promise me you'll think about sharing your art." Steve smiled a little, feeling a warmth in his chest. "All right, I'll think about it." Over the next few weeks, Love continued to support Steve, cheering him on every time he showed her a new drawing. She'd point out what she loved about each one, how the trees looked so real, how the colors seemed to come alive. Slowly but surely, Steve began to feel more confident. He even started thinking that maybe, just maybe, he could show his work to others. Then one day, an art competition was announced at their school. Love's eyes lit up as soon as she heard about it. "Steve, this is it. You should enter the competition," she said, practically bouncing with excitement. Steve felt nervous just thinking about it, but he saw the encouragement in Love's eyes. She believed in him, and that made him believe in himself too. "All right," he said, taking a deep breath, "I'll do it." Love was thrilled. She helped Steve pick out his best drawings, giving him suggestions and even bringing snacks so he could keep working. The day of the competition, Steve's hands were shaking as he handed in his artwork. But Love was right there beside him, holding his hand and whispering, "You've got this, Steve, I'm so proud of you." When the winners were announced, Steve couldn't believe it. He had won first place. As he stood up to accept his prize, he looked at Love, who was clapping and cheering louder than anyone else. His heart swelled with gratitude, and he realized just how much her support had meant to him. After the competition, Steve and Love walked home together. Steve looked at her, a huge smile on his face. "Love, I couldn't have done this without you. You've always believed in me, even when I didn't believe in myself." Love smiled back, a warmth spreading across her cheeks. "That's what friends are for, right?" Steve nodded, but he knew that what he felt was more than just friendship. Love had become a special part of his life, someone who saw the best in him and helped him see it too. And in that moment, he realized he didn't just admire Love, he cared about her deeply. From that day on, Steve and Love were inseparable. They continued to support each other's dreams, growing closer with each passing day. And no matter where life took them, they knew they'd always have each other's hearts.